Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the ninth edition of Leadership Summit, the flagship event of IIM Raipur. I am Ishwar Trivedi from Media and Public Relations Committee of IIM Raipur. And we are honored to have with us Shri Joy Abraham. He is Senior Director GCC Business at Yash Technologies. We are very delighted to welcome you, sir, here.
Thank you.
Shall we start, sir?
Sure, please.
So, sir, the first question. GCCs in India have evolved from cost arbitrage centers to innovation hubs. From your experience, what has been the most significant shift in how global organizations now view their GCCs?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, right? What we have seen is things are changing. And I think one of the things which I personally feel is the mindset shift. Back then, 15, 20 years ago, when India was only known as a BPO capital or a call center, which people used to call it as, things have actually changed. Now, if you see the scenarios now we are just not known for the contact centers, right? We're also doing a lot of innovation. So from back office, we have got into the innovation factories, right? Now we're also doing a lot of research and development within our country. We are also getting into the manufacturing side. So that is something which I think we have evolved, and with time, so this mindset has now changed, because earlier the global enterprises were looking at us as just back office or a cost arbitrage. While that still stays there, but we are doing more than cost arbitrage, especially for the global units out there.
Very well said, sir. So the next question is, what are the top challenges GCCs face while scaling in terms of talent, compliance, or integration with global teams?
Yeah, so I think these three still stands out. In the first month, when you say the hiring side, right? It's not just the hiring part, right? That is definitely one of the challenges what we have, but we also have to focus a lot on the reskilling, right? The existing people, what do we have? How can we rescale them? Especially with the things with AI are changing, a lot of people need to adapt to that. And third, I feel is that the people what you have, you also need to have a mechanism to retain them, especially on the retaining some of the people with those niche skills, right? Second, which I feel, which you mentioned, is that is something which is, I believe, is not a challenge. That is something we are very, very compliant in most of the customers which you work with. But the third point is very, very interesting. And I think that is where we still see a lot of cultural gap, right? And that is something which needs to be still built. The second thing is around the time zone, but that's also our advantage, because a lot of customers which we work with, we give them the other time zone advantage, and we support them across the geography and time zone.
Okay, sir. So you talked about AI. So next question will be of AI. AI adoption is accelerating across industries. So how do you see the opportunities related to it, and also the risk regarding to how enterprises seized in leveraging AI?
So what we have seen is, it's not a buzzword anymore, right? Earlier, it just used to be a buzzword talking about AI, but at the same time, we are still seeing people are taking AI as just like a chat GPT, right? For example. Now, one thing which we have seen, especially in the organizations, a lot of organizations are adopting AI, but there are some risks involved, right? So which is, if we call it as a responsible AI, right? So definitely those are the things which have to be very, very conscious about, while it is a good thing for how companies are adopting. But I feel in the field of medical science, and the other areas, this is a huge opportunity for AI to still catch up. And I think if it is used in a right way, there are a lot of doors which can be unlocked, especially on the AI side and the adoption for sure.
Okay, sir. So over the last 2 decades, IT service industry has shifted from pure outsourcing to becoming strategic partners for clients. In your view, what will be defined as the next phase of IT service growth?
IT service growth, the next phase of IT service growth, I think we would continue strong. And I was talking in my talk earlier, right, because of all the geopolitical things which keep on happening. If you see and if you observe India for the last 15, 20 years, it has not impacted as much. In fact, if something has happened, it has happened for good, right?
Yes.
A lot of companies which have, earlier troubled by, let's say, US, China, or Russia, Ukraine and things, people have started coming back to India. And that is something which is growing. So I feel the next phase would continue, the agility, the adaptability, and at the same time, growing with the flow. I still would personally like to see, if there could be more R&D and more research and other areas which can still penetrate in India, which I feel it's a good scope and area of, work for all of us. So yes.
Okay, sir. So the last question, sir. Based on your experience, what advice would you offer to IIM Raipur students who are about to enter the corporate world and aspire to become business owners?
Wow, great one. So I think this is something which I was again telling back in my talk earlier, right? A lot of times you would not know what you will get into, right? So the only common thing which is right now is the uncertainty, right? So what I tell people also, the only thing which is certain is the uncertainty, right? That being said, I think we should always be ready for something else. Not necessarily that's something which I'm going in this one phase and this is something which I will be, getting. But if something, God forbid, if doesn't work out, what is your plan B and plan C? Are you agile to move into something different? That is one thing I think what I definitely want to give away. Second thing is whatever may be a setup, what we feel is, boss, it's a setback, what have happened, and I could not get into this and that. Use it as a setup, to move forward into some other directories, right? Some other areas. So these two key things I think which will take you there. And I think the rest of you are already leaders. You're doing great and very honored to, be associated with IIM Raipur for the last 3-4 years. Every year we keep coming and, hiring some of the great talent like you. And I hope our association would continue like that.
Sure, sir. Very well, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us at IIM Raipur today. And your insights and experience has been really invaluable for us. We are truly honored to have you with us, the opportunity to learn from you also. We are looking forward to see you again in the future.
All right, honor, absolutely mine. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.